Ladies and gentlemen, Falconer here with another video. Today we are back at UFLY Simulator, and today we are flying the Boeing 737. I got my captain shirt on today, so we are in full uniform and ready to fly. So let's hop into the cockpit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in the cockpit. So we're going to start off with our checklists here. So first of all, Preflight Flows, download charts and NOTAMs, check weather and forecasts, load packs, cargo and fuel. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We have a flight plan filed as well, and we're gonna get that information right now. So we're doing load fuel, and total will be, our block fuel is 6.617 tons. 6617. Load total 3.31 on both tanks, left and right. Good. And our payload is going to be here. Takeoff weight estimated 63825. Zero fuel weight 57435. Zero fuel weight is going to be 574, 57.4. There we go, 57.4, 16 kilograms of payload. Okay, so our passengers and fuel are set. And follow the flight plan. Flight plan's already filed, we have clearance. Pre-flight checklist, parking brake is set. Battery guard closed. So our guard is closed and our battery is on. Standby power, guard closed, left center fuel pump as required, and that's going to be for APU, but because we don't have any fuel in the center pump, we're going to do it in the aft. So left aft on, APU start. Okay, our APU is coming alive now, the light has been illuminated. APU on, position lights set to steady, strobe and steady. So we're going steady on the position lights, and I want to brief the cabin.
Flight attendants prepare for gate departure.
Okay, position lights are steady, logo lights as required. So our logo is going to be on. Cabin lights as required. Our cabin lights are set, everything's visible. Emergency exit lights, guard closed. Guard is closed and they are armed. Passenger signs, we're going to turn them on, so our no smoking and fasten seatbelts are on now. The packs, we're going to set them to auto. And we're still waiting on the APU to start up here. Looks like APU is running and it's available, so I'm going to turn on our APU bleed so we get packs running. I'm going to switch over to APU power and disconnect the ground power. So ground power is disconnected. We're now running off the APU generator, and we're having air coming in through the packs through the APU. IRS mode selectors, we're going to set them to nav. So in this case, all our navigation is already set. We don't have to align anything. FMC set. So now we're going to program our flight plan. So we're all set, flight plan is programmed, and we're gonna actually just go over back to our net ref and set our V2 speed to 150. And our course is gonna be 010 for the runway. Same on the first officer side. Altitude, we're going to climb directly to our transition altitude of 18,000. And our heading will be 010 as well for the runway. There we go. Okay, all set on the MCP here. No flight director on the first officer side because we don't have a first officer. And let's try to, there we go, LNAV and VNAV on. We're all set. Okie dokie, so request flight plan clearance. We have requested transponder set. Transponder is going to be 1200. We're going to do a test here. Or no, we're just going to leave it on TA for now because we're not up in the air. We're not ready to go yet. And it's set to auto. So all good there. Mach speed set, heading, takeoff, runway set, initial altitude set, yaw damper, we're setting that on. Window heat to on. Window heat is on. Flight altitude is set, landing altitude. Let's set that right now. Flight altitude is going to be 370. Okay, flight level 370 set. Our land altitude is 20. I think it's 20. Should tell us right here actually. KSFO. Okay. 1,100 feet above sea level. Seems a little high. And we're just going to set altimeter 2992. Yep, auto brake RTO. Auto brake is set to RTO. Comm radios are set and doors closed. Let's do our doors here.
Doors to automatic and cross-check.
So we've briefed the cabin that we'd like to close our doors. Before start checklist, auto throttle is armed, left and right center fuel pumps as required. We don't have any fuel in the center pump. Aft and forward fuel pumps set to on. And electronic hydraulic pumps on. Anti-collision light set to on. Parking brake is set. Ground equipment is removed already. Engine area is cleared, but we're going to do our pushback before we start our engines. So let's request pushback here.
Ground, go ahead.
Cockpit request pushback.
Set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Okay, steering wheel inserted. Please release brakes.
Brakes released.
Machine engines clear for startup.
I don't think he's pushing us back far enough. Let's do 50 feet. Push back.
Set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Timing system is removed. Please wait for my hand signal. Left hand side. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Okay, engine start checklist. Secondary display unit set to engines. It is set. Packs off. APU bleeds on. Actually, we don't even need the APU bleeds. Engine bleeds on right now. Engine 1 start switch set to ground. So engine 1 is set to ground. I'm gonna wait for 1.2 on there, and fuel is coming in. Okay, engine 1's on and all set. Engine's coming on. Engine's caught. Okay, engine number 2 is good. Isolation valve is on auto. Packs on auto. Sorry, we're skipping here. Generators 1 and 2 to on. So we are now in generators there. Packs, probe heat on. Wing anti-ice as required. We're going to use anti-ice for today's flight. Packs to auto. Arbor circulation fans to auto and packs to auto. Isolation valve is on auto here. EPU bleed off. And we're getting bleed from our engines now. APU set to off. Just make sure we are on the APU on the engine generator's bus. APU off. Engine start switches to continuous. Flaps set to 5. Flaps 5 set. Elevator trim set for takeoff. So our elevator trim is going to be 5.77. 5.75 set. Okay. Flaps down, elevator trim set for takeoff, flight controls. Full up, neutral, full down, neutral, full left, neutral, full right, neutral, full rudder left, neutral, full rudder right, neutrals. Flight controls free and correct. Recall 737-800 only, so we're not, I don't think we have the 737-800 cockpit here, but that's okay. FMC message, TAI on above 10 degrees Celsius, okay. Lower display unit set to off, we're going to keep it on. Taxi lights on. Runway turn-off lights as required. It is daytime right now, so we don't need any runway turn-off lights. We're going to taxi to our assigned runway and we'll get those things self-going here. So I'm going to apply my brake. Parking brake disconnected. And advance the throttles just a little bit. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so here we are at the runway. I'm going to set my parking brake. Before takeoff checklist, parking brake set, fuel flow reset, then rate. Okay, fuel flow reset, and then rate. Center fuel pumps as required. We're not using those today. De-ice as required. Our de-icing is set already. Probe heat and window heat's good, and engine and wing anti-ice are on. Cabin lights as required. Flight instruments checked. We have our V speeds and everything. Engine instruments checked. Engines looks to be okay. We have our D rate set up there for takeoff. Takeoff data V1, VR, V2 is checked already. I'm going to keep on my init ref page here. Nav equipment is checked. Our flight plan is all set, and it looks like we have accurate readings. Takeoff lights on. Strobe lights on. Where's our strobe lights? Here it is. So we're going to keep it there, and I think up there. Yep, that's on. Taxi lights off. Transponder TARA. And flight clock push to start. Okay. So that's it. We're ready to go. So I'm going to release the parking brake. And I'm going to set throttle to 50%. Throttle stabilized. And I'm going to go full throttle. Checked.
V2.
Positive rate. We're up. Flaps 1. We're losing speed here. Take a left turn. Hit our autopilot on. Autopilot set. Auto throttle set to climb. Flaps up, coming up. Landing gear set to off. So we are about 10 nautical miles away from the airport. I'm going to do our approach, hold on, landing gear down, flaps full, speed 130, 140. We'll leave it at 140. So by Relin, we want to be at 3,800.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Runway in sight, confirm landing.
400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Alright, we missed this taxiway, so we're gonna go to the next one. Flaps up. And we'll start the APU. Alright, so we're at the gate, parking brake is set. We're going to switch over to our APU gens. And we're going to shut down engine number 2 and engine number 1. Turn on our APU bleed, turn off our engine bleeds. You can hit electronics off. I'm going to leave the left aft fuel pump on, yaw damper off, seatbelt signs off. And our taxi lights are off now. Logo lights, you can keep them off. Anti-collision lights off. Wing lights off. And position and strobe set to steady for APU. And that concludes our flights. You can go probe heat and window heats off, and engine anti-ice and wing anti-ice off. Our circ fans on auto, and isolation valve to auto as well. Alright, flight director is set off, everything's good to go here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Las Vegas. We hope you enjoyed your flight with us today. The information for UFLY Simulator will be in the description and at the end of this video. Come fly with us. We have a 737 simulator here, 777 simulator, and we have Cessna simulators as well. Any plane under the sun you want to fly, we have it here. Thank you again for joining us over at the Falconer channel as well, and we hope to see you again in the next one. Bye now.